Some of these tips are going to be tailored towards new people, some of them are going to be design tips. Nonetheless, I hope you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe for more, and I shall see you in the next one. Tip number 1 is about moving buildings. Sometimes you want to move a building because you are designing around it, you want to rotate it or whatever. If you have an expensive upgrade on it, for instance some upgrades cost $1 million, it's actually better to move the building twice, once somewhere and then once back over, rather than deleting the building, rebuying the building, and then purchasing the expensive upgrade another time. Tip number 2, if you are tired of dinosaurs needing a forest, build a park in a desert environment. There is no forest to place, so no forest requirements exist for these dinosaurs. Having a faster extraction traded scientist with at least 3 genetics is always worth it. At the time of making this video, you won't ever need a higher than 3 genetic skill scientist for extraction tasks, so I recommend you buy one of them. When it comes to logistic skills, a useful tip for all parks is to aim for at least 22 logistics points across 4 scientists. This is how many points you will need for the last infrastructure upgrade, the very useful additional upgrade slot upgrade. In every park I build, logistics specialists are super useful. Once you get the upgrade from the previous tip and also the scientist training upgrades, all of them, you can just fire the logistics specialist and then train your other scientists up to have a higher logistic skill. You've probably already seen this, but since the most recent update you can pay a small fee to reset the scientist candidates. You can do this once every 20-minute cycle. You can also subscribe once every 20 minutes to this channel. An upgrade that is very worth to get as soon as possible is the improved administration upgrade that you can equip at your command center. This saves a lot of money on your biggest recurring costs, namely the scientist salaries. Your park's fame is directly tied to your income, if you didn't know. If you are missing a little bit of fame to finish a campaign or challenge at 5 stars, for instance, just save the game, fire all of your scientists, and this will boost your income and your fame. You also probably already knew this, but you can achieve a lot of park fame with a relatively few dinosaurs and dinosaur species. If you constantly look at your management tab to see what you need more, for instance amenity coverage, wider paths to support more guests, more hotels or more shelter coverage, you can easily achieve at least 2 or 3 stars, even at the very beginning of the game. This is also widely known, but if you accidentally bought the wrong amenity building, for instance a gift shop instead of a food amenity, you can just click on the configure button and change the type to food or drink or whatever. Do you want to know what's super expensive? Removing trees. I personally always play on flattened sandbox parks and I just add the trees and the curves and the water later. This saves me from going bankrupt at the beginning of the game. Couple of design tips. Use colors to communicate intent. In my parks, red banners and lights often mean carnivores or danger. Green means herbivores or medical facilities, yellow means money and guest shops, and blue means facilities or water exhibits. Design tip, you can change the signage of the amenity building. For instance here, even though I'm selling donuts, the sign says crab. Design tip, when designing around your shops, your amenity buildings, work backwards from the logo. For instance, this crab logo has red, green and white in it, so these are the primary colors I will use to design around the crab. The most useful staff center upgrade in my opinion is improved costs. This reduces all task costs, including all scientist task costs, so not just the response facility tasks as I first thought. You probably already knew this, but you can equip the same upgrade across the same buildings multiple times, so the improved costs equipped on 3 staff centers means 30% less task costs globally. Don't use the DFV and Biosyn response facilities. For some reason they only come with 1 jeep by default. I doubt that this will be fixed, because visually the facilities only have 2 maximum spots for jeeps. the extra one obviously with the upgrade. Now Jeep tours can obviously run through aviaries as well, but sometimes you need to change the height for the whole aviary section, because placing Jeep entrances is super glitchy even at this point in the game. Create alpha dinosaurs with all 3 social traits. This will take a lot of tries for the perfect egg, but they will automatically become the alpha after some time, because all of the 3 social traits increase dominance. The alpha passes down these good traits to all subordinates, so this is why you want them. The non-alpha dinosaurs can just have something like longer lifespan or resilience as traits. They already have the same social traits as the alpha, because the alpha passes this down, remember? So they can really have whatever non-social traits you want. Like me, if you are annoyed that you can't see what your dinosaurs will look like with the color genes before creating them, open the species viewer from the main menu, or even better, open up a browser tab and search for Emperor's Dixen's Steam guides in the description of this video also. He has shown all the skin variations in the game and all the patterns, so just have that on your second monitor when creating dinosaurs. To increase the total dinosaur population to 25 at the beginning of a game, for various genetic and dinosaur fossil unlocks that you want to have, for instance, very early, just buy a bunch of Struthaomymuses and sell them after accumulating 25 dinosaurs. To unlock the scale and skin toughness gene, probably the most difficult trait to acquire, you don't need to unlock flying reptiles which come with the vulnerable trait. You can just increase the total dinosaur population to 25 with the previous tip, unlock the Drysaurus, which is the only dinosaur that has the vulnerable trait besides flying reptiles, and just create 2 Drysaurus with the vulnerable trait, and you've unlocked the scale and skin toughness. A new player tip is that if you can't see a certain feeder, even though you know you've unlocked it, you have to go back and select the all building style design menu choice and then click on the feeder. For instance, if you are selecting Biosyn, it will only have the meat feeder and the normal life prey feeder, so this is why you can't see it, though it would be nice if all the feeders were shown in every single building style. By the way, the Jurassic Park live prey feeder is actually the same as the normal one. It doesn't tie the goat or anything like that, as I first thought. Tip number 25, final tip, it's a design tip. Use decorations inside dinosaur enclosures to confuse the hell out of them. Alternatively, you can use the aviary perches inside aviaries, and the flying reptiles will actually perch on them, which is pretty cool. If you'd like to see more tips, for instance, I thought about the dinosaur infamy and improved building cost upgrade in the making of this video. Like this video, subscribe for more, and let me know what tips I missed or what you would like to be more well known in the community. Thanks, bye!